Underdogs is a physics-based mech brawler on Quest, and almost every new player has the same first reaction, which is, where is the walking? There's no thumbstick locomotion here. Instead, you hold the grip button and pull your controller back behind you, and your machine drags itself in that direction. It feels wrong for about 10 minutes. Then it stops feeling wrong, and you realize the developers took the single most standard thing in VR movement and removed it on purpose. This channel has a long archive of Underdog sessions, and the pattern is consistent across all of them. The runs where things go badly are almost never runs where the aim was off. They're runs where the movement was treated as a way to get somewhere rather than as part of the fight itself. Think about what you're actually piloting. You're strapped into roughly 5 tons of metal, and the game commits to that fully. A thumbstick would let you glide around at a constant speed like a person on roller skates, and instantly none of the weight would read. Pulling yourself along means every repositioning costs an arm, and your arms are also your weapons. That's the whole design in one sentence. You can't reposition and swing at the same moment. The movement becomes a resource you spend rather than a background convenience. It also solves comfort, because you're the one generating the motion with your own body, which for most people is dramatically easier on the stomach than sliding. The constraint is the feature. The second thing new players get wrong is treating this like a boxing game. It isn't. Fast little jabs do very little, because the machine has mass and the physics honor it. What lands is a full committed swing that has been given room to accelerate, which means you need to start it earlier than instinct tells you to. In practice, you're aiming at where the enemy is going to be, not where it currently is, and you're winding up from further back than feels natural. Reach matters more than speed. Grabbing matters more than either. A lot of the highlight moments in the session archive aren't clean hits at all. They're grabs where a robot got picked up and used against the thing standing behind it. Underneath the brawling is a roguelike climb up an underground fight circuit. And between fights you build out a machine rather than just healing up. There are well over 130 items to gear up with, so the loadout is where most of your actual decisions live. You also hire crew, including hackers and saboteurs, and deal with the gangsters running the streets you're fighting through. The important thing for a first run is that gear isn't decoration. A build that leans into grabbing plays completely differently from one that leans into strikes, and picking one and committing to it will get you further than trying to stay flexible. Between the fights, the story arrives as comic strip panels rather than cutscenes, which keeps the pace up. So a plan for your first session. Spend real time in the opening fights, just moving, with no intention of winning, until pulling yourself around stops requiring thought. Then start every swing earlier than you think you should, and count how many of your hits actually connect at full extension. Then pick one gear direction and stay with it for a whole run, even if a tempting alternative shows up. On Quest 3 the visuals hold up standalone, so you aren't waiting on a PC for any of this. Which leaves me one thing I want to hear from you in the comments, because the archive says people split hard on it. Did the grab and pull movement click for you inside one session, or did it take